So, Yadu, your question is, what is life for you? That is what your question is, right? What is the purpose of life for you? Why? What is life to you? Right? That's what your question is.
It's what keep life. Is it dreams or ambition or passion? Any other kind of emotions or feelings or
Can you shut that door, Manu?
all the everything.
Do you want to know the answer now, or do you want to infer the answer for yourself after watching the videos of No Show? Hmm?
I'm thinking maybe if I watch the no shows video, the questions, the persons behind that questions is different. I think I'm not talking right the way. Basically, I want to know the answer. That's all.
Hmm.
If I watching no shows video, if you suggest me to watch no shows video, it will be fine for me. I will go watching all videos. And after that, I am to watch all videos. Fine, it's fine with me. Good, good. I'm just asking this. I don't know the answer. That's why I don't want to know about this in some day
Hmm.
in my life. That's why. So,
Actually, there's no significance to any of these questions about life if one can live a life of consistent engagement, if the mind is progressively engaged, like a child's is, just always engaged, mind is engaged, there's no need for any question. So for someone, the question is not as important as being engaged. So life is telling us something about an equilibrium situation, and that equilibrium situation is the mind which is engaged is in equilibrium. So one needs to keep doing what they find engagement in timelessly. Life is very rewarding to that kind of life. When it starts drawing comparison with scenarios of the outside and other people's success and failure, or lifestyles, then it troubles itself. But if it is doing what it would do anyway, then it should not feel like, you know, the passing of time. And if it can continue to just live in that life of engagement, then life to each is really that. That is the goal. Life for those who are not living like that can be brought back to that, perhaps through knowledge of what is life and what gave mind this movement, that it's even asking or thinking about these questions. So those who get the answer to that recognize that life to each really is recognizing that they have been dropped in a cosmic ocean. It's larger than sea, and just the way waves of sea will do if you are dropped in the ocean, the waves of the ocean will do whatever they want to do to you. They will move you to wherever they want to move you. You won't be able to do anything. So, best case or best chance of survival is to float, to be light, to not stress out in water, to be light. If you're light, you have a chance of floating. So it is for life too. In real life, also, one has to be that light, and then the waves will take that person to wherever life is meant to take that person. A life lived in a state of struggle is a life which is trying to fight these waves. This is adharma. The opposite of this is dharma. There is nothing else to adharma and dharma. So life's purpose is to each to live in dharma. Life to each is to get to that rhythm of dharma. The rhythm of dharma is the rhythm of expansion, of becoming boundless, just like the universe. That way of life is what life to each is at its highest potential. And for those who are not at that high potential, for them, life is the journey to get to this potential. You got it?
Yeah. There's a saying also. Each person is born for special reason in the earth. Do you believe in such kind of things?
At the beginning of the birth of matter, there is no reason for non matter, the nothing, the emptiness, the Nirakar, the Shiva. There is no the Allah, the God. There is no reason for it to create matter as a cause and effect. In the beginning, there is no cause, and there is beginning at all points, at all time, in that which is empty. It's always beginning. There is always a birth of matter in random, as a random event. There's birth of matter here, there, everywhere. This small speck of matter is taking birth in vacuum all the time. For that, it is the beginning. That beginning is without a cause. That beginning has a vibration. That vibration, when gets synchronized with the vibration around, which is of resonation, which is the vibration that resonates with this new matter, they start coming together like it is an orchestra. It starts seeming one because resonation makes all vibrations one. So it becomes one. So nobody is really born for a special reason. Matter is not born for a special reason. However, it moves in ways that it has to take the shape in reality, which is the same as the shape of its original natural rhythm. So, everyone's own natural rhythm is their special purpose, if one has to call it a special purpose. Their special purpose is to get to their natural rhythm. If somebody is a warrior, their special purpose is to get to a career where they can be a warrior. So, yeah, that would be the special purpose if at all one wants to romanticize with the idea of special purpose. However, the truth is there is no special purpose other than this. There is no grand cause, there is nothing needed to be done except this. It's bringing back people to the fact that um I think many great people have said, be the change that you want in the world. It's something like that. It boils down to individuality.
How will I find whether I be a warrior or
Well, where
chance?
you find ease and effortlessness in your dream state, that's your thing. When you are dreaming and you're dreaming yourself on a battlefield, then that's your finding out. That everyone knows what it is for them. They are all just too coward to go into it. When I was a child, it was cricket for me. That was the dream. That was my rhythm. The rhythm changed over the years
Yeah.
from school to now, but that was my rhythm. If I had continued on that rhythm, I would have been a world class cricketer. But the rhythm had something. The seed that was I already had some other DNA plans. So then I, along the way, understood that I just have to let life do its thing without coming in its way to me. Let it do its thing to me. I am not going to come in its way. And I stopped struggling and I let it happen. I just learnt the key to the key that is to empty oneself in surrender to the process of life, but not like a dead person, with the more alive person who is just attentive to the process of life, because that's what consciousness does. It observes. It's not benevolent, godlike. It just simply is a blank slate which observes. And matters taking birth, alignments are changing. If one is empty, no shift in alignments of matter around in the universe is going to alter their emptiness, because emptiness is empty. And all the matter aspect of the being will get in touch with, will be impacted by the other changes in matter around in the universe. But there is nothing one can do about any of that, like how you helpless one would be in the ocean. So one has to at best surrender to it and put themselves into the process of living a creative life, which is lived in the backdrop of a tranquil mind. I wouldn't say a tranquil mind, but a mind, even if it is not tranquil, even if it is not in peace, it is still optimistic and solution oriented. Then it will get to peace. and gradually it'll understand that peace is in letting things happen while being attentive to it, not like our parents who would turn their back into towards challenges. They'll turn their back to challenges and look to temples and gods and such figures in all religions. That's not attentive living. That's closing your eyes to the process of life and creating your own, which is not going to be as good as the divine plan. Then suddenly new matter takes birth. One has to be so empty that they find alignment even in that newness. And then life can be lived at greater ease. So the dreams must be lived.
Dreams must be lived.
Yeah.
I'm here only because of one dream.
What is it?
The first time I met Guruji, I said, I like, this was the one of the most questions always in my mind. I got, I got a dream that like I was ruling over the world. Some deep fantasy, like not the civilization is entirely different, and the dress we go wearing, and the whole theme of the dream is totally different. I am viewing it as third person or first person. That's I am always in confusion of. This I can narrate this whole as a entire story. That much of clarity I have in that dream. Only in that dream, I'll be like in my sleep. I'll be having a lot of dreams, but none of the dreams stay in my mind like that. I cannot even remember any other dreams. Any other dreams? The only one dream that I can remember is this other worldly story of some king, or I will say king kind of a person, a ruler. Then I went into deep thinking what is all this meaning, and I was always a researcher in like life science. I was always dreamed of becoming a scientist in life science, biotech, bionics. That's what where I was planning to go. Then I actually started to look into deep things, how world works, how everything works, like deep philosophical things. Uh, and like Guruji said, I started to understand some laws of this universe. I will say not as clear as Guruji is saying out, but I started to understand. You have to feel it for yourself, feeling and trying to make that into reality. All that feeling, and we have to focus. We have to be like Guruji said. We have to be that change. If I'm a most laziest person, Guruji, as I was saying, he say this to every time to me. So I am now trying to be more active in my self thinking and thoughts. uh, I was blocking everything because I was lazy. I was not trying. I know I have to do all this thing, but I am not trying to bring that into my real life. I know how I need to become like this, but because of laziness, I was not able to go to that realms. I was not trying out. I was avoiding the process like all the other peoples in this place. I was trying to avoid all this process of life, and going for comfort zone like any other government. You know, we are coming from the same place, same village. So all the people in our village as government every single person in a family in a village will be having a government job. So everyone is after the stability of their life. So I'm not as pure as a lotus like Guruji. So I was also turning into that kind of shit. But this dream changed all that, and I was in a total different of mindset, going against all the things. Uh, and I first my first startup was in like education consultancy, but then I found out like what the hell am I doing? I am ruining all this children's life. I myself will not go to that kind of college, but they don't having that kind of qualification to get into any greater colleges. So lot of people are doing this for just passing out their time, and no one have greater visions in their life, no big dreams. Yeah. So that kind of a community, India is becoming so colonized mindset. We are not coming out of that mindset. We are still colonized by the white people, I will say. They are fully open-minded, like entrepreneurial mindset, and trying to build something for their community, trying to build something new for themselves, for the whole world. Then I went into deep meditations, doing weed and just sitting there, and like YouTube may you can see a lot of videos on the the book Secret and that kind of manifestation. There are a lot of things like that in YouTube, and I came across with lot of conscious societies in like USA and people like that. There was groups where we can chat this kind of things. So I was doing all these things for 1 year, and knowingly or unknowingly, I was trying to implement that in myself. Uh, so I started like thinking about focus. I was trying to focus myself into something. So I built a goal for myself with the full format of the totality. But Guruji made me realize that is actually the most stupid thing I have done. But uh, that way of thinking helped me to reach Guruji, I will say. Uh, by uh, surrendering myself to that goal, I was able to achieve samadhi. And then I suddenly realized that what I am lacking uh, is a guru who can make me understand all these things. Basically, that is the reason why I came to UP. I thought I will be getting some agoris or I will go to some kind of thing like that. I was always fascinated by agoris and their lifestyles, and totally breaking out of the society and living their life on their own ways. But I got the most coolest guru, I will say, who will actually have the power to change. I will say the whole universe, maybe. The understanding and the knowledge, the clarity I am getting from Guruji is more than anything I can even dream of. I just like on that videos they will say like you have to demand to the universe what you want. So I was like I want a guru. uh, I want to rule the world. I thought like why am I limiting my desires? So I I don't even know what I was asking for. So I was demanding like I uh, because that dream I thought like it has some significance in my life. It is coming to me because of something that I am able to like this much of clarity in a dream I never even have that much of a clarity in anything. So this dream, the most lazy thing that I did in my life is that I didn't even try to write it down or convert this dream into a story or any just even a video like this. I never tried to do that. I am regretting all that now, because I am learning how to be more productive and more of a karma yogi. So uh, I am regretting that I never done that thing till now. Uh, I think that will be the most coolest story, more a fantasy type of story any people will be reading. So that dream uh, give me the motive or like the push to break out from this society. Like I will. I was a child like uh, so curious but afraid of going out to actually trying out the things what any human being meant to do. Try it out for yourself. Learn from that process. That's all.